Hi, fellow peep lovers. It's Grace with Boujee, Beaks, Hen Haven, and we are in the final days of our egg incubator hatching. I'm really excited. We're on day 3. As in there's 3 days left to hatch day, and we need to make some changes to our incubator. So let's see what we do. All right, so again, I do not know how other incubators work. I have moved them into the bathroom because, as you can see, I have a really bad cat. And from here on out, they will be in here, and these doors to the bathroom will be closed, and Wally will not be participating in this part of the event. Now, I need to take this yellow part out, okay? And so that the eggs are going to be free floating in here. Notice I've moved it first and got it set back up. It does hold the memory of everything it's supposed to have. And you'll see here that there's these lights here flashing. So see where it says auto turning, that it's no longer on, and it's got the heating. And that's telling me, because there would be a green light here saying that it's going to auto turn. That means that every hour it turns like a quarter of a turn. But you see it's no longer this, and it's blinking red, and that tells me that on this one we're actually on day 2, because the other one's day 3. But I really should have done this yesterday for this one, but it's okay. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to unhook the egg turner. Okay, because we're not turning the eggs anymore. And I'm opening the vent all the way up. Focus. All the way up. And then the last thing I'm going to do, well, after I take this out, is I'm going to fill this up over the little fill line. So you want to fill it all the way over the fill line. And this is something extra important. Oh, my light just went out up there. Anyway, okay, after I take, let's get here. Okay, so you see this little gray thing here? That comes out first, and then the yellow egg thing comes out. You must put that back because there's water in there, and your little peepers can drown in the little water reservoir. All right, so let's do that. Taking this off. Remember, move it where you want it first because it keeps the eggs all in place. Now I'm taking this off. It just comes right off. I'm taking this out. So my eggs are loose in there. We're done with the yellow turner for now. This is so important. This goes back on. And the top goes back on. And remember, you lined it up so that it snaps into here in the little slots. And then I'm just going to fill this over the mark. Now on this one over here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I actually have 2 eggs that I'm going to candle. This late in the game, you really don't want to handle the eggs. Past day 18, you do not want to handle the eggs. However, over here, I have 2 eggs that I'm not sure about. So before I let them go any further, I need to do a recheck. All right, let me get set up to do that. I am just not happy with what I'm seeing here. Although it's different than the line I drew, there's still so much vacancy in the egg. And there's no veins, and there's just no sign of life in this egg. And so sadly, and I've got it upside down because I just couldn't see anything. You don't really want to candle them this late in the game because they're trying to position themselves. See, the head should be up here towards the top. I don't even see a head. I don't see any development really. Like I can move it and the chick moves inside. You see that? But I don't see any deliberate movement from it at all. I believe this is a dead egg. All right, this is a similar situation. No vessels, no deliberate movement, and no real progression from, you see my line here, although there's been some shifting. See, I can move it and it sort of just shakes around in there, but there's no deliberate movement from inside the egg. There's no sign of life. So this is another dead egg. So this batch, I've lost 3. these two plus another one. So I'm down to 9. Okay, well that's disappointing. So I just want to show you what I did. So you see we've got the initial X on here. That's the point of reference. As the egg turns in the turner, I can make sure that it's turning because sometimes it's hard to tell. I saw growth and development on day 7, and on day 14 I labeled it as a recheck because there was growth, but it looked a little funky. And then I drew a line around where basically the dense part of the egg was. So now here we are several days later. I've candled it and there's really no more growth past this. It shifted a little bit. But as I slush it around, you can just sort of see the baby slushing around in there, but there's not actual movement. And the same thing with this egg here. So these two have failed to develop. So it's always disappointing when that happens. Anyway, I need to put the camera down. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Open up this. I've already disconnected the egg turner. Opening this all the way up, the vent. And then I'm going to remove the yellow thing, put the gray part back, and fill this all the way up. And we'll be ready. And then I got to close the doors and keep the cat out. In a couple of days, we are going to have some peeps. Okay, hatch day is right around the corner. Stay tuned. We're going to have babies soon.